That's how it starts.
Do I just start right up?
Whatever you want.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Guber Talks. My name is Justin.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Bundy.
And we have a special guest today. What is your name, sir?
Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Kuttler.
Dan Kuttler, welcome to the show.
Oh,
Before we get started, I would like to mention our sponsor for the day. So this episode is sponsored by What a Pitch on the Panda Ring Talk channel. Ooh. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Good job.
You can do a little plug and, tell us a little bit more about that specific channel. Sound good?
Yes.
Perfect. I didn't mess it up.
Affirmative.
So what's new, everybody? How's everyone doing today?
Not bad. It's snowing again.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
Yeah. It's like God knew that we were all going to be quarantined. Just like, fuck it, I'm just bringing winter back.
Yeah, apparently.
The worst part was like a week ago, maybe if that. It was like in the 60s.
Yeah.
It was last weekend. So yeah, a week ago today it was like 65. And I was outside doing everything.
I went for a run last Sunday
Yes.
outside, and it was great. And it was hot, and I was like, it felt like it was almost spring, like maybe like
It was coming.
summer, but like nope. They fucked us over. I'm not having it. So, this week, The Bachelor has ended, and I know that we're all a bunch of Bachelor fans. So we're gonna talk about some good old reality shows. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Bundy, let's start with you.
Let's start with me.
What's your knowledge with reality shows? I know you like your history of TV shows and movies. And
I do.
I want to hear more about this.
Well, what was you remember when we used to watch back in college our favorite reality show with a current president?
Oh yeah.
That was a really funny show.
Yeah.
It was funny because of Gary Busey.
Yeah.
And like all the
Fucking
contestants.
nuts.
That was the bit. Yeah. It
We're
was like
speaking of The Apprentice on
Yes.
NBC.
In case you
specifically
don't
The
know.
Apprentice
Yes.
celebrity.
The highest rated show in all of television,
Is it?
depending on who you ask.
Okay.
I was going to say, you have to say it like the highest rated show.
Yeah. That was always really fun.
I never watched it. I never could get into it. I never liked Trump, and spoilers, I still don't like Trump.
It was all fun and games until
Yeah, you didn't really have to like Trump to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Especially when it was like the celebrity edition, just because like the regular show was like people who were like
normal
business business majors, I guess. They were trying to like run part of his company.
be his bitch.
Yeah. So that was, somewhat boring because that was like, oh, these people are actually trying to win. But celebrities, it was like, all right, let's make this as ridiculous as possible.
Yeah, they were like playing for their charities and whatnot.
Yeah.
I know Gary Busey was on there. Little John was on there. Brett Michaels.
Meatloaf.
Oh
my God. Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They pulled one of the Jackson family members was on there.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
She was kind of weird.
Was it Michael?
No, it's not Michael.
Wouldn't that be something?
But yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah, I never really watched it. I loved, I guess, similar to The Bachelor, I love Flavor of Love.
Oh my God.
That shit was the best.
So good. Did you watch all of the shows?
I watched, how many seasons were there?
So you can trace its lineage back. So it was Flavor Flav and this actress chick. They had met on, what was it, like The Real World, like Celebrity Edition, something like that. And so you like watched their relationship on that show, and then they broke up at the end, and that spun off into The Flavor of Love. And then from there came I Love Money, which was just like a money contest show with all of the contestants from the shows, and I Love New York.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then from I Love New York, you got A Real Chance at Love. And so it was like they'd pick the like audience favorite from each show of like the contestants, and then they would get a spin-off show, a dating show.
Yeah. Is your headset messed up?
No. I just wanted to hear.
Did you like
Thanks for pointing it out.
It's a weird lull in it.
Pulling back the curtain.
am I the only one? Oh, I'm the one. I just want to make sure everything is good.
No, yeah,
okay.
we're still good.
But yeah, I remember what was Tequila Girl.
She was on MTV.
That was on MTV?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, and that was, it's, kind of quirk was that it was men and women.
Yeah.
Because she was like bisexual.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah, a real shot at love with Tila Tequila. Remember when she was doing Nazi stuff on MySpace? You don't remember that?
No.
Oh
I can't say I remember that.
Yeah. It was after after she was like super popular and stuff, and she just started doing like weird, sexy Nazi photo shoots and stuff.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I remember she did porn, or isn't that's what she's originally from, right? I think.
No, she was just popular on MySpace.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
She's one of the first influencers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could probably consider her that. Yeah.
Good on her.
Strange. And then Bret Michaels, he did have Rock of Love,
Rock of
which
Love.
me and Beauvais, we used to watch all the time. Shout out Beauvais.
I miss VH1.
Yeah, I miss
Is it
cable
still
in
around?
general. Yeah, it's still around. I don't think they do any of those shows anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Did you ever watch the I Love the series on VH1? The decades?
I love
Yes.
the 2000s or whatever.
Oh my
again.
god,
Those are the best.
I've been trying to see if I could find those online because I'd like to watch because they did a couple versions of like the 70s and the 80s, and then they did end up doing the 2000s, but I don't think they're probably gonna do another
Yeah.
decade wrap up here. But yeah, that was always really, really funny.
I love those. How about you, Dan? Do you have any favorite reality shows or any?
So growing up, I had basic TV, so just like the basic 8 channels.
Yeah.
So I and that television is mostly scripted television. So not a whole lot of reality TV. And then when I got to college and had internet and cable, I was like, oh, I never watch reality TV, so why would I watch it now?
Yeah.
The closest I've ever gotten is I would watch The Real Husbands of Hollywood,
Yeah, that's really funny.
which is a stellar show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I watched pro wrestling, which there's a weird sense of like
It's scripted.
it's scripted, but then like because people who are like really into wrestling know real life, like they know which wrestlers like really hate each other in real life and stuff. That stuff can kind of blend into their storytelling, and there's a long history of wrestling having like reflecting real life. Like it used to be that like the good guys and the bad guys couldn't hang out together outside of the shows because in case they met fans,
They had to keep that.
yeah, and that's what kept people thinking that it was real for so long. Was that kind of dedication to it, and it becomes a really weird like what is real, what isn't real.
Yeah.
They call it in the business, it's called kayfabe. Like kayfabe is like, oh, he got a kayfabe ankle injury, so he's out for 3 months, but his ankle's really fine, and he's just like filming a movie.
Oh, okay.
And so I mean, I guess that's the closest thing I've got to reality
Yeah, that's
TV.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a big wrestling crowd though, I feel, in this room.
I've learned so much more
yeah.
about wrestling in probably like the past 2 years.
Because of James.
No, not because of James. Just like people that I watch on YouTube, they are wrestling fans, and so I've kind of learned some of the terms and stuff like that. But yeah, it's almost like live action theater.
Oh
in
yeah,
some ways.
absolutely. Yeah. And the other thing is that like, so like Justin, you said it was scripted. That is the way I think it should be received. Like it shouldn't, but it makes me really mad when people say it's fake because it is hard. Like it's really hard on their bodies.
Yeah.
Like it
Even if you're not getting punched, you're still like falling constantly.
Yeah. And like I could easily bring up videos of like, oh, there's this guy jumping off a 25-foot ladder to land through another ladder.
Yeah.
I mean through another ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like even if you get hit by like a breakaway chair or something, it's still a lot of force.
Yeah.
coming out.
yeah. Well, and then there are like it's called in the business it's called botches. It's like when things go wrong.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last year, I think in like June, there's a guy who took a headshot from a steel chair, and didn't block it or any, like, because you can like kind of fake it and like hit it with your hands and look like it hit his head. He doesn't bring his hands up at all. He takes a full headshot with the chair, and the chair was gimmicked, but he's like the seat part was gimmicked, but the backrest part caught like hooked into the back of his skull and took a chunk out of his head. And he was like bleeding all over the mat, and it was very obvious something went wrong.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got mad. Like wrestling Twitter got like furious because they were like, hey, it's 2019, like with CTE, like in NFL, but also in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, this is not okay.
Yeah.
And this guy was starting up a new promotion and was like, all right, you just said to everyone in your locker room, like, this is the level of dedication you should be at. And that's just like a wrong kind of sentiment to put forward.
Yeah.
I really just took over this podcast.
Oh no, it's okay. It's interesting. I watch the trivia Schmodown.
Oh yeah.
If you know what that is, on Collider video, which I absolutely love, but it's essentially wrestling. That same like style where it's all scripted and everything, and all these characters and teams and this and that, like single matches and stuff.
I've never watched it, but the
it's
trivia part,
entertaining.
the trivia part's all real, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So the trivia part, that's real, and then everything else is scripted. So they have scripts of like, oh, if this guy wins, then they're gonna go this path, kind of a thing. So like they'll do like the match and everything, and then afterwards they do like post interview with the contestants, and then they'll essentially they have to start writing it right there and then, like what they're gonna say and do. So it's interesting as hell, and I love it. It's actually growing up. Like it's popularity wise, it's going up.
Oh, it's getting
quite a bit.
huge. And I think that's a really interesting point you bring up, is that like a lot of pro wrestling is about like showmanship, and you can even see that in other sports, like the NFL, how they do like their promo, like their, they make up storyline, like they have those commentators make like talking about like, oh, this player just came back from injury, or like they have like fireworks, and
Or like it's a what do they call it when player A moves to another team and then they play like a rivalry game, I guess, not like a rivalry.
Yeah.
But like a what the fuck word? am I thinking?
Football?
Yeah, like player A goes to like an opposing team and then they're playing them for the first time.
Yeah. So like when Brett Favre went to the Vikings.
Right.
that was
Yeah.
how
I'm
he
trying to
played
think.
the
There's a
time.
word for it, but
Yeah.
Is there a term for that?
I don't know the word you're trying to think of, but it's just
Yeah.
like, it's like this creation of storytelling and stuff, and inputting it over this like real life athletics. And it's not just NFL, it's NBA, it's NASCAR. Like I see it in every, and you can even put it in movies. Like it's just like this idea that like wrestling was so purely like, all right, we got to build up our good guy so that people will cheer for him, but we also need to put up our bad guy so that people could think, oh, our good guy could lose.
Yeah.
And it's just like creating that tension within the audience, and it just like builds up, and that got adopted into sports and film and stuff like that. And so I see a lot of similarity, like a lot of storytelling from pro wrestling that was just always at the core of pro wrestling, and it has been part of the industry for pretty much in its entire history.
Yeah.
Just get like added into things that are more quote unquote generally popularly accepted. So
I always wanted to get into it. I never really could. There's so much stuff I already watched to begin with.
Yeah.
It's a little hard for me.
Oh yeah.
Plus, it's like, never mind. I was gonna say something mean, but I'm not gonna do it.
Not saying I don't care.
No, not mean against you, but like some of the people that I see in the audience, it's like essentially like NASCAR fans or like Mountain Dew drinkers, and then like a step up is going to be the wrestling fans at a WWE event. So
Sure,
it's like
yeah.
Instead of Mountain Dew, they're drinking like Baja Blast.
Well, I do drink Baja Blast, so
it's
yeah.
pretty good, so I can't deny that. But it's I know a lot of like normal people, like obviously like you and stuff, that enjoy wrestling quite a bit. So it's
Yeah.
awesome, and I love the fandom's there, and it's becoming more of a it's on Fox now, so that's something, right?
It is on Fox.
That's pretty cool. But I never really could get into it, and I feel like there's so much to watch. So again, it's like with anime or like even a random show. Like right now I'm watching Super, and that's taking me a little while because there's like 140 episodes or whatever. Yeah. What about you, Gavin? What about reality shows for Gavin?
Oh, yeah. I've never really been into reality shows.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, I think the closest for me were like not game shows, but like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Weakest Link, like those type of like trivia kind of game shows. Stuff like that is probably the closest. I watched Fear Factor when that first came out.
Ooh, yeah. Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Watched that. That was kind of fun.
A couple weeks ago, I watched the very first episode of that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's on, I don't know if it's the entire series, but it's on Hulu.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's weird, one, to see how young Joe Rogan looks,
Yeah.
and two, to see what the hell they did to these people.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Like early on, well, I guess throughout its entire lifetime.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of action-based stunts where they're like, okay, you have to get dragged by a horse for a mile or something.
Yeah, that's
like
the
that.
first one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's obviously the classic, like you have to eat a bucket of cockroaches and stuff like
yeah,
that, or like
yeah.
sit in a bath of
Yeah.
worms and like
It
scorpions.
was always two action stunts and then
Like
doing
a
something gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
some disgusting one.
Yeah.
Not about it.
Yeah, that was,
He was really scrawny back then too, which I think is
He
the
was small,
funny.
yeah.
yeah. He wasn't in his like fighting
Yeah,
phase yet.
yeah.
Like he was still athletic, but not nearly what he is like now.
Yeah.
Now he's doing a bunch of. Well, yeah, obviously he has the podcast, which is like one of the top
Joe Rogan
podcasts
podcast, yeah.
out there.
Sponsor us.
Yeah. God, I wonder how much money he makes off that. Like,
I mean,
Make him
enough
think.
that he doesn't really have to do much else because he was acting for a bit, like in
he does
shows and stuff. And he was really
commentary
good at it.
for like UFC.
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of times.
Yeah.
So I don't watch UFC, but if my friends are like, you want to come over and watch it, I'm like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Like, it's entertaining, but I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Like, oh, this person used to fight this other person, and all these like, kind of like similar to wrestling, but like real life storylines
Yes,
of
yeah,
people
yeah.
hating each other, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I it's entertaining though.
I'm not going to get back into wrestling.
Yeah. No, I'm fascinated by it. Plus, whenever I think about wrestling, I think about our hometown hero, Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah.
How everyone talks about him here, and I was like, I went to high school with him. Like, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My brother did go to high
I know exactly.
Sister, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I think he was the same grade as your sister and Cammy, because they're the same age, right? Or
I think my sister was a year or two older.
older. Okay,
At the time.
gotcha.
But, well, I guess technically still.
Because like Cammy, so like Cammy is my brother's wife, so their side of the family, they're actually legitimately friends with Seth Rollins' family. So like her dad always raves about him and whatnot, and they hang out with I think his dad or something like that. I have no idea, but apparently he comes back quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And she's usually like she's seen him a couple times, but I've never met him, and if I could, I'd be like, "What's up?" I don't know.
Cool. I have one like
God damn it! Oh
I just
my
found this
god!
picture of this baby being held by Joe Biden.
In the most inappropriate
Joe
way.
Biden's just got the baby's whole crotch in his palm. Never seen anybody hold a baby like that.
By the way, the debate's tonight. Anyone gonna watch that?
Fuck
Oh, it is, yeah.
I'll watch it.
Is it just the
I'll
two
watch
of
it.
them?
No,
Yeah.
it's 3, I think.
Who's the other one?
Is Tulsi there or not?
Why?
I thought it was just the two of
I
them.
thought it was just the two of them. Unless,
That's
did
better,
she
though.
drop out?
I don't think she officially dropped it.
I don't-
She should have.
Yeah, I don't think she's dropped out, but I
For-
think it's just the two
Okay,
of them.
For the
That's better
record,
though.
if it
Vote
is-
Bernie.
definitely. But we're gonna get on politics real quick. Whomever wins, I'm voting for them, and you should too. Because I remember I was talking to Paulo, and Paulo's like, "I'm not voting if it's Biden." I'm like, "You're not
Yeah,
helping.
that's Paulo.
Like, that's not gonna help." Like,
we have a friend. I'm not going to call him out, but we have a friend who went on this rant about if Biden wins, he's not. At first, he said he's going to vote for Trump because Biden would be worse. I'm like, hold the hell on, hold the hell on.
baby.
And then we talked about that. So now his current stance is he's like, if Biden wins, I'm just not going to vote. It's like that's not
helping.
how you do
That's
it.
not.
Yeah.
And I understand the DNC, all that bullshit, yada yada yada. But it's just
I was
frustrating.
gonna say I think if it comes down to it, I will vote Biden over Trump. But I have heard someone make the argument there needs to be a showing to the DNC that if they're going to push out more progressive candidates, then we need to tell them, like, we're not going to vote for your guy because we need you to be more progressive. And then the DNC going forward will push more progressive candidates. I've heard that, and I'm like, that argument makes very strong sense to me. I think I'll still vote Biden if it comes down to it.
And I 100% agree. Like,
Yeah.
yes, but like not voting is not gonna help, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like,
our hands are tied in that situation.
That, like, acting that way can only show a difference, like, at least 4 years later. And these next 4 years need to not
Yeah,
be Trump
they're
years.
kind of
I personally feel like tonight's debate's a little important. if
Oh,
not
it's
very
super important, yeah.
And people who are still on the fence on what to do and whatnot, they probably need to watch it.
Is Bernie still within a reachable
Yes.
gap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Biden still needs like 54% and Bernie still needs like 56%.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it's
delegate
still
count's
super
pretty close,
close.
but still, he the last couple. What was it last week when they had a
It's
bunch
like
of
Super Tuesday.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
Tuesday.
the
He
second
had-
Super Tuesday.
Yeah.
Biden was killing it in the
Attack
South.
of the Clones.
Yeah, he was killing the South, but I think
If only.
yeah, but Bernie won a couple big states, if I'm not mistaken. I know he won California, which is a big one. There's a lot of delegates
The week
with
before,
that.
yeah.
He lost Michigan.
But he
though,
lost Michigan, and
which
that's a
he had
big.
won in the previous.
Yeah, but again, that's yeah. I caucused for him back when we were doing that fucking awful Iowa electronic
Oh my gosh.
poll thing.
The caucus that would never end.
Did you do it when we were in Iowa City?
Like 4 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in Iowa City. I
Yeah.
didn't do it this year because I had like just moved here and I never
Yeah.
got any mail or anything to say where I was supposed to go.
What a bitch.
So I'm like, I'm just not gonna do it then.
Yeah.
Could have used like a bank statement if you like update your banking information.
Yeah, well, I didn't know where they were held
Yeah,
at.
they didn't
Yeah.
ask me for any of that. I mean, I knew
Really?
I knew
Yeah,
where
Yeah,
to
I
go.
didn't. I
when
didn't
you-
know they were at the high school until Bundy was there,
Yeah.
and he was
When
like
you-
texting me. I'm like,
Yeah.
well,
When
too
I
late
went,
now.
the one I went to, they're like, just sign this and tell us your address and you're good.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
I was already registered. So.
Yeah, 4 years ago, I just brought like my rent bill, and I was just like,
Yeah, that
"Here's my rent bill
Yeah,
that I
that'll
paid a lot of money
Yeah.
for, and this, and it confirms your address." And they're
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
When we did it in Iowa City, though, we went to. Did you go to McBride or did you go elsewhere?
I thought it was in the IMU, but it may have been the McBride one.
Okay, yeah, because
Okay.
that was insane. McBride Hall just completely
Why?
filled
Oh,
with
oh,
people.
really?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. And I mean, we had maybe I'd say 100 people show up at the North High School gym,
Yeah.
but at McBride it was easily like 300 people.
I remember when we were in college, it was the first time we could vote. What was that, 2012? That was
Nope.
very exciting.
Wait. Yep.
Yeah, it was 2012. Yeah, I was like, hold on.
I was like, "Let's get there."
Yeah. Yeah, that was very exciting to vote for Obama and
Yeah.
see that happen. And it was like super easy too. That was like the coolest thing about it because I thought it'd be like a lot of like bullshit, but it wasn't. Bundy, you're staticky.
Is it staticky?
Yes.
Buzz.
Fucker.
Buzz, buzz.
Biz. All right, let's get away from politics. Do you want to?
Have you guys seen the Bee movie?
What? Do you want to do a plug?
Yeah, I'll do my ad read right now.
Yeah.
I recorded it. I'm just gonna like send it to you, and you can just put it in.
This is staying in.
Okay. Hello, I'm Dan Kuttler, and I'm one of the hosts of What a Pitch, the podcast where people pitch made-up movies on the Pandering Talk channel. Each episode of this podcast has someone come in with an idea for a movie, whether it's one sentence long or they have an entire screenplay written up, and we build the movie over the length of the episode. We have movies that are so dramatic you'll cry, and movies that are so funny you'll cry again. We have horror films, comic book films, even a Fast and the Furious sequel. And with a revolving door of creative guests, we guarantee each episode to be fresh and invigorating. You can find What a Pitch and many other podcasts wherever you listen to your podcasts by searching for Pandering Talk. That's PANDARING space TALK. You can also follow What a Pitch on Facebook and Twitter at PODWAP.
So we're not going to specifically talk about what's going on right now in the world, and we're not going to say what it is, but with everything being delayed and everything getting pushed back, and there are not, a lot of sporting events and whatnot, what are you guys looking forward to, or what's going to be the best pastime for the next at least month or so?
I mean, truthfully, it hasn't affected anything I do that
Yeah.
much. I'm not like a huge sports junkie, so I wouldn't be tuning into any of that. I mean, I guess maybe work if anything changes, or if it gets worse, then it's gonna the whole thing's gonna go to shit. But yeah, I think I'm still gonna go out in public and stuff. I mean,
Same.
I don't think there's probably some confirmed case in the Quad Cities that I don't know about, but
Not
Not
yet.
yet. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Maybe
bet
by the time
someone-
this comes out. Who knows?
Yeah, I bet someone does have it. They just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
But we probably shouldn't be going to Smoking Dog from now on.
Oh no, we have it now. 100%.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last time. I was like, this is probably like the worst place that we could be at right now. But it's fun with the whole sports thing. I think it's gonna be interesting when everything does start back up, because it's all. I feel like hopefully it's not all at once, because then you have opening day baseball right off the bat. You have March.
I feel
Madness.
Yeah, I feel like depending on when it starts, like if for whatever reason everything stays canceled to like June,
Yeah.
it's like I don't think they're gonna start back up in the middle of the NBA season. They're probably just gonna be like, whatever, we're
NBA's
just
probably
gonna
done.
start over next season.
The NBA and the MLB, those are both pretty long. So I mean, I think wouldn't they just cut off like the first third of the season or something?
Maybe,
However long
but
it
then you gotta
lasts.
then you gotta do the whole thing about how are we gonna do the the records? It's like how is all this gonna work without a
It's
third of
messy.
the games and stuff like that?
So that like if it all starts back up in June, MLB won't be like too long back into
No,
it.
they said they're canceling spring training, which is going to be the rest of this month, and then the first 2 weeks of the regular season. So it's like the first couple weeks of April,
Yeah.
at least. So that won't be too bad. And spring training's
Yeah,
spring training.
and also I think March Madness is like officially canceled this year. Like it's
Yeah.
they're just gonna not
That
do it
sucks.
this year. Yeah, it does, but like, what do we call it? June Madness? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Um,
Junebug madness.
Stupid. I got told that I have to work from home the next 2 weeks.
It's lucky.
Yeah.
We're getting to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the office isn't like closed. So if I need to go in and do something, I can. But like I basically have to go and do that and just get out.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, it's at the same time that my wife is on spring break, because she's a teacher.
Yeah.
So I get to spend the next week with her. Oh, also, her school district decided, no, we're just gonna do normal. Like classes are gonna start back up after spring break, and I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Don't get that.
Don't get it. We're just going to call it cooties.
Don't get cooties. So we've been talking about like we're gonna like work out together.
Yeah.
While we're just both at home doing nothing, and also I've been having a lot of troubles streaming on Twitch lately, and I want to fix that
Yeah.
because I like doing it. And man, okay, I'm getting mad.
Yeah. With that, couple things. So I've been getting ready for a half marathon, and that's probably going to get canceled. They still haven't told us yet.
But you're looking good.
It's in like 2.5 weeks, and they still haven't
Oh, yeah, no, you're
emailed
not-
us.
you're not
And
going.
I'm like, you should just tell us. Like, I would rather know. And here's the thing: I don't want them to fully cancel it because I've been like working my butt off for it. But I would rather hope that they would postpone it or like do it in a later date, like in September.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. Then
Yeah.
just pushing it back to like
Because-
summer or after.
Yeah, and they're gonna make bank off of it anyways. They already have our money, but like even with the merchandise that they have already
That you lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they created so much merchandise and like shit for it that I would think that would be ideal for them to postpone it because then they can make all that money back from producing all that shit. So
Yeah, if they don't give you a refund for like your entry fee or whatever,
Yeah.
then they'll postpone it.
Yeah.
because they can't cancel that and get millions of dollars from people.
that's what I mean. Oh, no matter what, it's either gonna be postponed or I'm gonna get my money back. But I'd rather do it.
Yeah,
That's where I'm at right now. So hopefully in September or like later, I can see them doing that because they don't have any other races besides the one in November, which sold out the first day. And I was a little upset because I was like, oh, I can do that just in case like a backup if this gets canceled.
You should do like a smaller half marathon, like that's more
quarter
local,
marathon.
like an I.
What?
quarter marathon.
No, I meant just something like, or like a 5K, or like that way, like, cause like, speaking as your friend, you've made incredible progress, on your fitness, on one, your fitness, but two,
I know.
everyone else is so mean to you.
Bundy calls me fat every day.
You're looking great. Speaking as like the actual fat person in the room, you're great. No, but like, cause like, I think you've made great progress, but you need, like, you've been doing it for this half marathon and then just getting to not do the half marathon kind of like, not throws it all away, but kind of like removes that goal that you had. So I think because they'll do another half marathon next year, or later this year. That's already sold out, so next year. But like, just do something in the meantime. Like, do the turkey trot at Thanksgiving here.
I'll do the Bix.
Yeah, do the
wasn't too
Bix.
bad.
Like, because then that at least gives you back that goal.
Yeah. Real talk, the Bix was harder than the half marathon I did 2 years ago.
Bix is hard.
The Bix was a bitch.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's not even the first to, like, Brady Street. That's not bad. Because you're, like, hyped and everyone's doing it. And, like, you're just, doing a casual jog, if that. You're not sprinting up it. But it's, like, once you go to, like, East Village area, those fucking hills. And, like, those are just, like, steep. And it's not just, like, they're steep. They just take forever to get up, too.
Yeah, and then it's immediately down and back up another one.
Yeah. So.
And it's hot as hell.
It is.
At the end of July.
Yep. It was disgusting. But I was going to do a 5K yesterday for St. Patrick's Day parade, but they canceled it. And it was snowing yesterday, so that would have been
Maybe it'll snow at the Bix.
Wouldn't that be something?
July snow.
We'd be so in trouble.
Maybe God's just like, fuck it, let's end it all right now.
Let's do snow.
2020 is the last year.
It's not been a great year so far.
No.
Like, in the world.
God.
Personally, I'm doing, like, it's not too bad.
Rest
but,
in
like,
power, Kobe.
Yeah. But, also, speaking of streaming, I'm streaming this week.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Oh.
We talk.
That's a we talk. I think we're going to get the Guber Talk, or Guber Games channel up.
Okay.
I'm just going to create it. We're doing it.
I would like to see that.
I mean, we're going to do it. Because I want to play Animal Crossing very badly. And I have my SD card, I have everything. I just need to get, like, a USB, like, adapter, because I only have one little USB spot in my Mac, which is fucking frustrating.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to get that, and then we're going to stream
Affirmative.
it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Gavin.
Can confirm.
Can confirm. I'm excited for Animal Crossing.
Yeah. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I've never played one.
Me either. I played the mobile one, which I really enjoy.
I hope you like it.
I hope you like spending all that money
Yeah, right? No,
on a brand new Switch.
I love the mobile game. I've been playing that a lot, and this is a similar concept. There's more stuff, obviously, to do in the actual game itself. But I used to play, like, who was it? Back when it was on the GameCube, like the first one. I had a friend that played it all the fucking time, and it was great. But I never played it. I just liked watching them play it because it was just a bunch of, like, keeping up on your house and planting and all that bullshit. But it looks really fun. I'm really excited for it, and I got a new Switch, so.
Valoria is a big fan of the games too, so
Yeah.
I think we'll probably have to pick one up for her just to play it. But I've never played it either. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first, like, game similar to that I played would be Stardew Valley. And that's really fun.
Exactly. And that's
So if it's similar to that, I'd probably like it, but
Yeah.
I don't need another game to sink my life into.
Dude, my like backlog is fucking. I keep buying games. Like, I bought Spyro, which I'm almost done with, but I started another game because I'm now actually beating Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, finally?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Animal Crossing. It's not like there's a story
No,
to it.
it's
so
one
you
of those
kinda
casual games.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
like
love
Sims.
that. Like.
Yeah.
I think that's the most enticing thing about it is that it's just a casual game. You can jump in, jump back out. I don't need to spend, like, a lot of time, like, thinking about a plot or, like, doing this or that. It's just, like, fucking chill, and I can turn off my brain a little bit and just enjoy it. And I need that once in a while. I love those kind of games.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, I've never played an Animal Crossing game, but you mentioned that if it's similar to Stardew Valley, and it sounds like it is. I didn't like Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not
For
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I definitely need something that has a little more directness and focus.
Yeah.
Like, for example, my favorite game series ever is Pokemon, and, like, Pokemon is very directly like, you catch, you battle, you become the strongest, you catch all the Pokemon. Like, there's a very, like, specific, and the later games became way more plot heavy and, like, more about telling a story, while still keeping that, like, catch 'em all kind of. Except you can't catch them all. They actually got rid of that after Gen 3 because there's just way too many.
No.
What were you going to say, Bundy?
I hate Hop.
Oh, what?
He's so annoying.
No.
Hey, I'm here to interrupt your life.
He is by far the best rival character there's ever been.
Yeah, I can see why
I
you'd
agree
say
with
that.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still very annoying.
They're all annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played
Except the hotties.
Ooh.
Nessa.
Who's the ice gym leader? Is that what it is?
Melanie.
Ooh, she's thick, and I'm about it.
She's a mom.
and a cartoon character.
Don't have to tell me twice.
But yeah, I mean, from like playing the old games, I don't remember them popping up. Maybe it was like after every other gym they'd show up and you'd have to fight them. But I
Yeah.
swear to God, Hop was like holding my hand for
He's not holding your hand.
for the entire
He
month.
is there
I
a
was-
lot. It is like, okay, I don't like that specific phrase because Sun and Moon were super hand-holdy and everyone hated those games because of that. This game is not hand-holdy.
Yeah.
He's there a lot.
I don't need him to tell me what a super effective attack is.
Oh,
Oh wow, I use fire on grass. I must be a genius. For me, at least. I
Yeah.
know that, it's always going to be somebody's first time playing. So
Yeah.
it's probably nice for somebody.
Yeah.
but-
I wish there was. I've only played like an hour of Sword and Shield.
it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I wish there was like an option right at the start, just saying like, do you want tutorial tips or do you want like hints and stuff like
Yeah.
that? If you say no, then all
just-
that conversation goes away.
So
Is
it-
this your first
it-
time playing
it
yeah,
Pokemon?
something like that.
It did kind of build that into the game a bit where, so like, there's a point in the game where you eventually like run into the champion who is Hop's brother. And if you've caught a Pokemon at that point, he'll be like, oh, I see you caught a Pokemon, so I don't have to teach you how to catch.
Okay.
But if you haven't, then he'll be like, do you want a tutorial?
Okay. Yeah.
So they're
implement that a little more.
like, they are kind of like adapting that a bit. And like, it's just this Sword and Shield are so fucking good.
It is pretty fun still.
Oh,
When does the expansion come out? You would know.
The first part of the expansion, because it's
Yeah.
a two-parter,
Yeah.
comes out at latest June 30th.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be June 15th because that's when the mythical distribution is going to be.
Yeah.
And then the second one is I think
Fall.
they confirmed November.
Okay.
I love the game. They need to fix the fucking like how you play with friends or play with like
Oh,
the
yeah.
raid system.
Yes.
That needs to be fucking wiped out. 'cause
Well,
it's the worst.
and Nintendo in general is bad at that kind of stuff in the first
I
place.
love the I
Yeah.
love the idea. It's just simple little things you could add on to it, like you
Yeah.
know, being able to just join your friends
Yeah.
or seeing what the fuck exactly they're doing rather than having to load your stamps.
Yeah, you're right.
There's just little tiny
Yeah.
adjustments. But
I don't disagree with that.
yeah.
Um
It's
And
an
that-
impressive it's a still like impressive
so
Pokemon
good,
game
man.
to me.
it's so good. I'm excited to see where they go from here.
Yeah.
They'll probably make a Diamond and Pearl remake next year.
I'll buy it. I played Diamond and Pearl when we went to Nashville in high school because I think who's DS? Remember Rex? From,
yes, I
I say his
remember.
last name. I don't remember his last name, but from Shokwar.
Yeah.
He let me borrow his Pearl,
Nice.
and so I.
Wink, wink.
Well,
Oh
I
yeah,
played
Rex
that.
will let you borrow his Pearl.
Yeah. And then we went
Oh, I
to
feel bad.
Texas.
I feel bad
That's
this
when
time.
Soul Silver and Heart Gold came out, and I played that. I beat that entire game on the ride to and back. So that was
Well, you've
very
played
fun.
that game a million times, so you better have.
Yeah, it's so good.
My last entry before Shield was Pearl. After, what was it, probably 2 or 3 generations in between?
Yes,
I had
that's
no-
4 to 8.
No idea what's going on.
I played. Go ahead.
No.
No. You haven't played anything since, or
I played Silver and I played Soul Silver and then I played Sword and Shield.
There
Oh,
you
really?
go.
So that's
Wow.
the only.
Did you-
That's the only.
Wow.
And Yellow. I played Yellow, but
Did
that was,
you do Fire Red or Leaf Green?
Nope.
Those
I never even played regular Red or.
Oh.
I played Yellow and then from there.
Oh.
So that's my experience.
I have my family used to live in Japan, so we have these family friends who know that I love Pokemon, and I was this close to getting a copy of Green,
Oh.
the Japanese
Yeah.
only one, and I believe that's the only mainline game that didn't come to the States because they made Red and Blue for the States.
and then they made Leaf Green.
Yeah, they made the
the
Leaf
remake,
Green,
yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
But I was like this close, and I was like, oh, I want that so bad.
They're
And-
really good at doing their remakes. Honestly, I even liked
yeah.
Let's Go.
You didn't?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah, it's probably the weakest out of all the remakes because it's pretty. You know, it is what
Yeah,
it is.
probably.
But that's
And
the third time it's
it
been
jumps
remade.
format too. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yes.
a
It's
handheld
different.
specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's
But-
good. I think it's good for what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good intro and it's good stuff to what Sword and Shield was.
I was thinking about like them doing their remakes, and at some point they're gonna hit like, so 4 and 5 are the last of the 2D ones, and then 6 is where it turns 3D. I was like, oh, if they remake 6 and remake it into a 2D version, and like just flip it, I was just like, oh, that'd be kind of cool actually
Yeah.
to replay.
I really liked I Sapphire. Is it Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby?
Yeah, Omega Ruby. Yeah.
Yeah, those are really good too.
Yeah. That's my favorite gen.
Yep. I love that one. I didn't finish Sun and Moon. That's the one I got like a little bit like
It's lame.
yeah. It was like I didn't like the whole system of like the challengers or whatever they're called. They're not even gyms.
The trials. Yeah.
That's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's
They tried to go away from the format, and to me, it didn't really work.
yeah.
But then I went back to it with this game.
Yeah.
And this game is pretty baller.
I'm gonna take my pants off.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he's doing that.
Oh.
If there's any, is there any game
Ooh.
that you?
No.
I didn't think so. No, is there any game you want them or whoever to remake? Like, just not just Pokemon, just any game to remake. Like,
So you're talking
just
about,
remaster it into a new, like, current gen version, but same game.
Wind Waker. I wanna.
Didn't they?
They did for Wii U.
Yeah, but I think like on the Switch, I think it'd be really cool. I honestly think they could just remake a bunch of GameCube games for the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want on that. I guess I want a remake of Ocarina, even though they technically did it for the 3DS. It's a little bit better.
It's a remaster, isn't it?
Yeah, but I want a remake, like just
Yeah.
full on, like even Breath of the Wild style,
Yeah.
like graphics. But did you ever play Breath of the Wild or
Played a couple hours of
a
it.
couple hours? Okay,
Yeah.
I know you. I don't know how many Legend of Zelda games you played before, but
I played a bit of one of them on the N64, which is the big one. Like the
Ocarina or
yeah, I played
Majora's Mask.
oh shit.
Yeah, those.
I played one of those.
Yeah,
I've never
Ocarina
been
of
super
Classic.
into Zelda.
It's good.
Yeah.
There's some
I
misses.
appreciate it, but it's just not for me.
Definitely.
Sorry, I got a couple. In regards to this, I want.
Fuck you, Bundy.
Unless what you're gonna say is like kind of short, you can.
Yeah,
You can go first.
I would, not necessarily a remake because there's not a whole lot to improve, but I would kill for another Paper Mario.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I love Paper Mario so much.
Yeah.
RPG style or like
Yeah,
platformer? Okay.
RPG.
Okay.
I mean, it had a little bit
Yeah.
of platform.
Yeah,
elements
it was
in
kind
it,
of a mix. Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, I love Paper Mario. I think I've played every single one.
Really.
Yeah, I just love them.
Nice. I definitely want, and I've thought about this a lot. I want a new Pokemon Snap,
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
cool.
and I want. So I know everyone talked about making a Pokemon game like this, but it would be really difficult. But I think this would be really doable. I want a Pokemon Snap in the style of Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
So where you're literally-
open world and you just run
Yeah,
it
like the game starts, you're given a camera, and like the professor is like, "Hey, I need you to go record Pokemon, like just like Pokemon in their natural habitat." And you're literally,
Makes me think of Cabela's. Oh, fuck.
and you're literally like running, like there's like little towns there here and there, but there's no like big points, but you can like see off. Oh, there's a mountain. I wonder what Pokemon are there. And you go and you literally have to like, oh, if I lift up this rock, I can find a Paris, or like if I climb this tree, and like stay still, a bunch.
Charizard will show up.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, and then like maybe you could like, and then I thought about it more and more and more, and I was like, oh, what if you find this guy who's like, hey, can you get me a picture of like 2 Growlithe play fighting?
Yeah.
And you get that and you bring it to him, and then he gives you like heat resistant coat, and you're able to go into the mountain, which is actually a volcano, and you can go in there and there's like a Groudon or like legendary, or like you do this other side mission and you can get like an underwater, like a submarine drone, and you can go underwater and get like underwater Pokemon, and you could do like a little thing to find Kyogre and find different like legendaries and mythicals and stuff like that through special kind of like side missions or stuff like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's get that off the
sold.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me.
Start that.
And then I had another idea for a game that I thought was pretty cool. I would compare it most like Grand Theft Auto, but it's about like being a kid like on a summer day. So you wake up, you have nothing to do, but then your friend is outside and like, hey, let's go play softball. And you literally get on a bike and like ride your bike to like the local park that has like, and you just like play baseball with your buddies. And like bullies show up and you either have to like de-escalate the situation or get in like a fight. What?
Have you ever played the game Bully?
No.
That's
Might want to
bully.
try it.
Damn it. Well,
It's made by Rockstar, isn't it?
Yeah, I
I think
think
same studio.
fuck me. All right. Well, they can sue me. Yeah. So
What about you, Gavin?
Real quick.
Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Speaking about out of the regular format of Pokemon games, did you ever play Pokken Tournament?
I fucking love Pokken.
That was really fun. I have it for the Switch.
Yeah. Underrated.
Yeah,
It's the fighting one, right?
Yeah. And it's not open world, but you can attack, and it's like a fighting game rather than like a RPG, like turn-based one. I always thought that was, and the graphics are really cool too. So,
Yeah. And I think Pokemon does really good when it goes outside of the formula.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. It was like there's that, and then there's Pokemon Snap, and Pokemon Pinball.
I played Mario Pinball. I never played Pokemon Pinball.
I think I played Pokemon Pinball.
Yeah.
I forgot they had Mystery Dungeon come out.
Yeah.
Heard it was shit.
I've never played
I heard it's boring.
I've never played a Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah, that's one of those Pokemon titles I'm like, I can pass.
But it's got a huge following, so.
It does. And I was tempted to be like, maybe I should pick it up. And then I was like listening to
Animal
reviews,
Crossing.
and I watched like a couple gameplay videos of it, and I'm like, this looks boring as fuck. Like it just looks weird. But I think you can discover and recruit Pokemon for your team, obviously, but like I think it's like the first 4 gens full, which is a lot of Pokemon to recruit.
Yes. And additionally, it's like, isn't it 60? It's like full game price.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think it's worth that.
Yeah, 30 maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Even then, I'm good.
Yeah.
Side note: does everybody know what their favorite Pokemon is?
Blaziken.
I mean, probably Gyarados, just because that was my favorite as a kid.
Shiny Gyarados is nice.
Oh, the red one?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if it's out of like the main like famous Pokemon, it's just like Blaziken. That's so random. Like I would have never guessed. But there's like,
good one.
Yeah, I mean, Blaziken's cool, but it's like there's what 800 or 900 now.
There's 891.
Couldn't push for another 9.
Gonna make 9 up.
Well, they're gonna make more.
Yeah. God, I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I mean, fuck.
I had like a top 5, but I've always been like I really like ghost Pokemon. So like Gengar is my G.
Yeah,
I just
he's
wish he
up
had a
there.
cooler shiny. Is my only thing. It's like a straight like a different shade of purple.
His Mega's shiny. It's super nice. It becomes
so
white.
cool.
It's white and his like eyes are yellow. It's super good.
You know what someone should do?
What?
They should stream like a charity thing or something. Their goal should be to catch every single Pokemon in existence, like throughout all the games.
Oh, shit.
So it's like they start with Gen 1 game, catch as many as they can, then just keep swapping, just see how fast they can catch every single Pokemon. Damn.
Like
Yeah,
a speed run?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they don't have to beat the gyms unless you need to catch other
I'll
stuff.
tag
but-
team it with you guys. We can do a charity stream with like the 4 of us, and we're just like, all right, this is my 10-hour shift of catching every Pokemon ever.
God damn.
That'd be fun.
Just call off work for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. You got an answer, Bundy?
Yeah, I wanna lean like fighting type. I'm trying to think of what my
Hitmonchan.
Yeah, there's the Hitmons.
Hitmonchan, Lee and top. You got
Yeah.
Tyro. You got Machop, Machamp, Machoke. You got Blaziken.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's so many. There's so fucking many Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gallade. He's a fighting type. He's
I don't
good.
even know who that is.
Halucha. He's dope.
Don't know who that
Which
is.
one is that?
He's the bird, in
Bird.
Gen
Yeah,
6
that
that's a
was
luchador.
Really?
Yeah, that was
Halucha's
really cool.
Halucha. Oh, he's got a great shiny too, because Halucha is based off of Mexican wrestling. So he's got red and green, which are like hero colors. His shiny is like villain colors, and it's like purple and black.
That's dope.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Fuck. I'm trying to think.
Phalanx. He's in the new. He's in Sword and Shield.
I'm gonna say Machamp.
Yeah.
A champ.
I've always liked Machamp.
Is he the 2 or the 4-arm one?
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the
yeah.
big boy.
Yeah.
The biggest boy.
His shoulders are weird. Like his
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So it was Machop, Machoke, and Machamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you're on Instagram that much, but for like I want to say like the month of January, people, because you know you get on there and like people make like commissions, like they'll make up Pokemon or like different versions
Yep.
of Pokemon, and there was this hashtag. It was like Pokemon for like world, like the environment or something. So they made versions of Pokemon that were affected by pollution and like stuff like that, bad shit that we're doing in the world.
Makes me sad.
Yeah, and it was some like crazy art. Like it looked amazing.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about Instagram and or Twitter is looking at people's artwork. Unlike anything like nerdy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon, there's so much cool Pokemon artwork out there.
Yeah. There's
even Nintendo stuff like that, or like when I'm playing Crash, I always just look up the hashtag Crash Bandicoot or like the Crash Racing or Spyro. There's just a bunch of cool stuff out there. I love it.
Yeah. There's a guy on Instagram who draws Pokemon in the style of Garfield. And
Oh, really?
Like all the Pokemon are Garfield
Yeah.
characters. And for example, he just did Shiftry from Gen 4 or Gen 3. And it was Garfield, but it wore the skin of the dog over its body.
What the fuck?
Oh, this stuff is nightmare
Yeah.
fuel. But it's like, I was like, this is like relating to what we're
It's so
talking
good.
about.
While Bundy's looking that up, Gavin, did you have an answer for a remake or
Or a favorite.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
your favorite too? Yeah.
I-
Well,
yeah,
you said
Pokemon.
Gyarados.
Yeah, Gyarados is my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
For a remake, I want them to remake Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. As like the epitome of stealth.
I love Splinter
That
Cell.
was the best. If they
That
made a
was-
new Splinter Cell, I'd be
Oh,
all over it. But
definitely.
I don't know if they were gonna make
What
a
was
new
the
one.
second one? Is that
Pandora Tomorrow.
Pandora Tomorrow?
Yeah, that one was fun.
I think the first one's the best. If I
Yeah,
remember correctly. I
Chaos
forgot.
Theory was the third.
Third one.
That was the first one I played.
Yeah.
That one was super fun.
I loved 3. Yeah, Chaos
Yeah.
Theory. And then what's just the first one called? Splinter Cell?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Splinter Cell and then Pandora
The
Tomorrow.
story was good. It was just a good game.
Yeah.
I love that. But yeah, I don't, they keep doing all of like the Rainbow Six.
Yeah, the Tom
whatever,
Clancy. Yeah, they're focused on Rainbow Six and
which makes them money.
yeah, whatever the
bank.
other Tom Clancy game that's Division 2.
Division.
That one they're
That's right.
focusing on. So I did look it up to see if they were in talks about making a new game.
Yeah.
And there's no talks right now. All they keep saying is like they're not confirming it's dead, but they're not confirming that it's alive either. They're just like, we'll see.
I would like a good like just stealth spy game.
Yeah.
There's not a ton. There's some out there, but
not.
like,
And like there
I
are
don't know.
games that you can do stealth,
but it's
not like the
same.
point. Yeah. So,
Like I know in Metal Gear you can like the newest one. Remember was it 5 from like 3 or 4 years ago?
yeah.
You could like do stealth, like it was optional, but it wasn't like the primary like purpose of the game.
Yeah.
You could just go in balls ablazing.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's like it doesn't change the game really. If you
Yeah.
do like the only game that's not a stealth game that has a good stealth aspect is it's the one where you kind of like have magical powers. You can like teleport and shit like that. You got the mask.
yeah.
Sly Cooper.
Almost.
I knew you were gonna say that.
No. I fuck with Sly Cooper.
Oh, that's one of my
I
favorites.
love
dude.
that. Yeah.
The OG like Sony PlayStation 2 games were the best.
Do they have a remaster of that for the PlayStation 4?
What, Sly Cooper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 they did.
They have the trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
remastered
gotta
for
buy
the PS4.
that right now.
Yeah. I did buy it when I lived with Tyler James in
Yeah.
Des Moines, and then he moved out and he was taking his PS4,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, you can just take it with you, because I played through those games
Yeah.
a lot of times. So I was
those.
like, you play it.
Those were
He has
good.
yet to.
Jack and Dexter.
Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, Jack and Daxter.
Daxter.
And then
They
Jack
made a
3
remake of those. Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet
Yeah,
and Clank
I
is
always
Ratchet
got
and
those
Clank.
two confused.
So
with each other.
they're very different as
Yeah.
the Jack and Daxter games progress. It's
Oh, they got
Yes.
darker.
They way darker. They
And they-
totally split.
And the last one wasn't it just called Jack 3 or
Jack
something
3,
like
yeah.
that?
That one was awesome.
Do you remember
That was awesome.
Attacking the Power of Juju?
Yeah, I have that. Yeah. I bought it from eBay like a year ago.
On eBay.
Yeah.
Bought it from eBay.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Jack and Dexter and Ratchet and Clank and why you get them mixed up, those
The and, right? The name and name format.
Well, so it's similar, but those two teams that were working on those games were literally across from the hall from each other at the same exact time that they were making those games, and they were like friends with each other, so they would go like back and forth and talk about their games, or like, oh, we're like on this and we're trying to work through this, and they would reach out to like the Jack and Daxter team, or they would reach out to the Ratchet and Clank team to like brainstorm ideas and stuff.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank had a lot more games than Jack and Daxter, and like they always stuck true to like their kind of like cartoony, fun comedy.
Yeah. Like
They even had a movie not too
they
long ago.
did.
They did, yeah.
I don't think I saw it.
I did.
Was it good?
It was okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
a
what you
movie.
expect. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, the My Hero Academia movie is amazing. The newest one.
No one wants to talk about that. Did you guys see Sonic the movie? I'm kidding.
I wanted to. Did
I
you?
wanted to.
I heard it was fine.
I heard
Yeah,
it.
like
I heard it's better than expected.
That's good.
That's as much as you can ask.
That's
for.
all I want.
Yeah, we can talk about My Hero now.
Yeah. Oh, My Hero's amazing. I know 2 of you watch it, or at least
Watch the show, yeah. I haven't
Yeah,
seen,
The
I haven't
show
seen
is
the movie.
phenomenal.
it's so good. Are you caught up on this season?
No, there's 2 episodes that I have not seen in season 4.
He hasn't. I don't think Dan's even started it. The new season. But,
I just got to the one where
and you watched dub, right?
I watched dub. Yeah.
Okay, good.
The Yeah, I tried watching sub, but I just got so used to the dub that
Yeah.
that's kind of what I wait for.
They're
now.
both good. I just think the dub cast is really, really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, they put a lot of they put the big names in there because it's a popular show.
Yeah.
I just in general prefer dub because then I can just like keep watching the animation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't mind reading. I can't appreciate the art as much.
Yeah,
so
like-
I'm looking at the subtitles.
Because you're like flipping up and down, back and
Yeah,
forth, back
my
and forth.
argument with that, like, if I'm watching like Dragon Ball or any other anime, I'm fine with watching the sub. But the thing with My Hero is that there's a lot more action going
Yeah.
on than any other one, and it's like they'll be having a conversation while the action is going on, so it's tough to read and watch it at
There's
the
a lot
same
of
time.
monologuing.
Yeah,
More
but,
than
yeah,
Dragon Ball?
Well, it's like with Dragon Ball, they're just standing.
yeah,
And
we-
monologuing.
Yeah.
My Hero, they're fighting and monologuing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
So-
Dragon Ball. Like there'll be some action bits, but like what they're talking about is usually not super important. Like it's usually like, oh, this is why I'm mad or something. But then the actual important dialogue, they're just standing still, doing nothing.
It's a little bit more serious, I think, with My Hero than compared to like Dragon Ball. Because Dragon Ball, especially with Super, watching it, I'm just like, there's a lot of like, goofiness going on, which I don't mind. It's good because it works with it, and it's the kind of style that it has. Oh,
Yep.
it's so sad.
That Pokemon, the fan art thing that I was talking about a little earlier.
crying.
I forgot it was inspired by the Australian fires.
Oh,
So
okay.
people created a hashtag that is Poke Art for the environment.
Send that to me,
and made
please.
like
I like that one.
Pokemon that were affected by like
Kramer.
us. Yeah.
He's eating trumpet.
yeah. And it's all really good art, but it's
Yeah.
depressing at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're getting to the end of the show. The ad is going to push out a little bit more. So, anything else we want to talk about today, boys?
Pokemon.
More Pokemon. We'll talk about that after. Well, thank you so much, Dan, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're gonna be on your show,
Yeah.
so please check that out.
Where can they find you?
Where can they find you?
Oh,
Daniel?
so listen to my podcast. It's called What a Pitch. It's on the Pandering Talk channel. That's PANDARING space TALK. You can find What a Pitch and many other podcasts on that. But for me specifically, you can follow me on Twitter at Daniel Kuttler, KUTTLER. Follow my Twitch channel because did someone just get really hungry?
Yeah.
No, I might got gas.
Gross. Follow my Twitch channel, Dan the Bear, DANNTH3BEAR.
2 ends.
Yes, 2 N's. Follow my Twitch channel because I'm having a lot of fun with that, and I hope I can fix it in the next week.
And you released something last week.
Oh, yeah. My band, Equal Parts, released an EP, 6 songs. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, anywhere. It's on all streaming services. Equal Parts, and the EP is called Crossed State Lines, CROSSED.
Nice.
And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I listened to it, so I thoroughly enjoy it and endorse it.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, of course. So, my name's Justin.
I'm Bundy.
I'm Dan.
I'm Gavin.
We'll talk to you guys later.
What's this switch do?
No!